I
My
got one
bad.
for you today, Fox. I got one for you
Go
today.
ahead.
I got one for you. I got a picture of a guy, and I'm gonna see if you can say his name, yo. Say get his
Real quick,
name right.
real quick. I just want before y'all finish that you are live now. This is a warm open, so continue talking. We'll kick it off, but do your thing.
So Fox, I got a name for you. I haven't shown anybody, but I'm confident that you'll get it on the first try. I am. So when we get to that point, I got your back. If you don't get it, I'm sorry, but I
Mm,
had to go.
I think it's going to be more entertaining if I don't get the name right.
mm.
Look at
I
hey
got
you.
two. I got an easy one. I got an easy one. I got an easy one for you, and I got a tough one for you. But I
All
got
right,
an easy one. I think that you'll get it. So you want to do it now?
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead,
EP,
go ahead. Let me
you
let me
want to
Hold
do
on,
it
let me
hold
see.
now?
on.
Oh, hold on,
Before
hold on.
y'all do it, let me make sure we Gucci over here.
Pause because
Oh yeah,
pause
we
what I'm about to
Gucci.
say.
Yeah, that's
Pause,
crazy.
pause what I'm about to say because
All right,
Bruce
wait a
was
minute.
crushing it
Let me get the
Sunday.
other one up real
What
quick.
you hold on? What you just say, bro?
I said pause. I said pause, but Bruce was crushing me Sunday. Every time I would fuck it up, he was on it. He was on it.
Yo, yo.
Tromboloski, what you mean? I think hold on, what I call it, decurgent? What I
I
call it?
forgot, yo. You know,
Oh,
I be just thinking about that joint in live TV, live with it. And shit. All right, let me do this. What up, everybody? The boys are back. Plus one. This was a terrible introduction. Anyway, you know what it is. TLS podcast every Thursday, 6:30 p.m. You know how we do everything sports all the time. We here every Thursday. Next week, though, I got a quick scheduling reminder. We're off next week. If we do decide to do something, it'll be limited. All the shows are done next week, so just a heads up about that. Check out the Level Pod, the main one. That's Sunday at 11:30. Rain and the crew up there, they do it heavy. Check out anime, all of that stuff. But today we were going to start off with introductions and a Raven story in the beginning, but we're going to kick it off with breaking news. Released by my man, what's his name? Shams, right? Shams released info today around 6 a.m., a little bit after 6, that the FBI were at Chauncey Billups' house and they arrested Terry Rozier, Scary Terry. Scary Terry's charge was betting on games, illegal sports gambling on, I guess, on actual NBA games. And my man Chauncey Billups was running allegedly a illegal poker ring with the mafia, Gambino family, Genevieve family, a couple ones I can't remember. Hey, what y'all got? How y'all feel about that so far? And also Damon Jones, that was with Cleveland. Um, he was involved in this too somehow. They said he had something to do with both cases, so I don't know how accurate that is, but he's the one that's involved with both cases. What you guys think?
Sound like
Whoever
he
want to
was
kicks
the
it off.
middleman.
You say it sound like he was a middleman?
Yeah, Jones.
Elaborate. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. After reading up on it, a friend of LeBron, when he found out he wasn't playing, however he got the information, he would tell teams to bet against him so that they can win the games.
Go ahead. I mean, y'all jump in, man. Had to
Oh, that's
talk.
it. Oh, I was waiting for. I thought she was
Yeah,
had
because
You
something.
know,
I
she
Okay,
wraps
so
it. She wraps it up quick, man. She'll be.
I'm just trying to be etiquette. I don't want to get in trouble. I do that enough in my own,
My goodness.
well, I just, I don't want to be in trouble. Okay, so another stain on the NBA with this betting scandal. It's at least the second or third that I've heard within the past 2 or 3 years. Not a court of law at a long shot, but honestly, it's at this juncture. This is what kind of happens when, for a long time, it was very obscure for major sports to be intertwined with the gambling scene. Even though you knew that it existed. right? It was kind of like you didn't see it on TV broadcasted. I mean, now you turn on the game, you watch the pregame, and they'll give you a three-leg parlay and say if you bet ten
Mm-hmm.
dollars, you can win three. Like, so it is definitely changed. Gambling is big business, it always has been, and I mean they found a way to legalize it. And I mean, with that, you get into some scenarios where, yeah, these players are millionaires, but some people just want to make more money where they can make more money, right? And I think that was, not a court of law at all. I would have to state the facts with this, but coaching Chauncey Billups apparently running some type of illegal card game with the mafia. Again, I don't know all the facts, but Terry Rozier, and I mean, it's some tape out there with Terry Rozier playing basketball that's just absolutely horrendous, where it's just plays and plays and plays where it's just like dog, this ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So just to see it, basketball is one of my favorite sports to watch. As of late, it has definitely dwindled down in watchability, in my opinion, although I do believe SGA is great. And I think he's a phenomenal basketball player. Probably one of the more boring NBA finals that I've watched in a very long time, this past one. It wasn't anything that wasn't necessarily not scripted, but to me, it just wasn't what it used to be. So, with all that being said, let's see what Adam Silver has to say about it. Let's see how they try to get themselves out of this one. It's just another situation where this is what happens when you intertwine the ills of the world with pure sport. And shout out to the FBI for doing nothing about these people being furloughed and not making any money or not investigating that. But you want to investigate illegal gambling rings in sports, and that's how you're gonna make your money. But I digress. Foxy.
Um, for me, I want to say this. One, I said this off air. I'm shocked at Chauncey Billups. The way how you talk on social media, the way how you criticize players on the networks when you get a chance to speak as a ESPN analyst, and then how you is as a coach. So I'm definitely shocked that you was doing what you were doing at a gambling table. To me, I like how you said, Chris, off there. I think it's a big up that you did get to sit at the table with the good fellas, guys like that. But overall, I'm just shocked at the way how you talk and then you doing what you're doing behind closed doors. There's a lot of people like that in the higher ups. Terry Rozier, as you said, I mean, come on, bro. I thought, to me, I'm thinking like this, and I said this off air. I'm thinking this. I'm going to do like Michael Porter Jr. Hey, yo, Chris and Bruce, bet on me tonight. Yo, I'm going for 20, 25. I'm not going to go in there. Yo, bet on me. Yo, 7 turnovers. Bet on me, yo. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
play hard in the third quarter. I'm gonna let this dude do what? What are we doing right here? And I'm just waiting for baseball to get caught. I mean, we already know what's the name? Calvin Ridley got caught in football. And then now right now we're talking about the NBA. So I'm just waiting for it to happen in baseball. We already know it happened a long time ago with the Pete Rose thing, but I thought overall that's what you were supposed to do. Like, they made betting legal, so you bet on the players to do good, or they're not going to do good against certain people. So I mean, I don't see the problem if you're doing it Michael Porter Jr. way, where bet on me tonight, yo, I'm going for 25. I mean, if they say that's illegal, then I mean, hey man, that's the little stipulations y'all making the rules that y'all come up with every time y'all come up with something. So overall, that's sad that these guys get in trouble for it. It's also sad that if you know the rules and know that you're not supposed to be doing this type of gambling, that's messed up that you still try to do it on the low and get caught. You already know what happens in the dark gets shown in the light. So I mean, I just hope these guys don't face nothing major, pay their fines or whatever they gotta do, and just learn your lesson, because they didn't kill nobody. We talking about right now betting your money on money. You just doing it a sneaky way. We're not talking about sex trafficking, murders, rapes, and nothing like that. It's basically money talked about right now. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, man. I hear all of y'all. I agree with all of that. I mean, I take a part from what each one of you said, and for the most part, I agree with it. Some things I heard in the media, I agree with too. Like some things Stephen A. Smith said. I ain't gonna recite those verbatim because most of it is opinion and it's political, and the pod ain't about that. Uh, but I believe it's a attack right now by the powers that be, because it's a certain all right, without trying to, I guess, and we're having problems with the stream. If you're on YouTube, I'm gonna sort it out in a minute. But I believe that what they showed today, they're putting a certain complexion of folks on blast but you know it's more than just those people involved. I'm gonna leave it as that and keep it rocking because I don't want to politicize us out right now. Moving the conversation on, we had a question that we didn't get to last week, so I want to start the pod officially with that question right after we introduce everybody. And how was your week so far? Starting with, let's go. We did you last week, Fallon. Fox first.
You say how was my week? My
Yeah, I
weekend?
mean, yeah. What was your key
Yeah,
takeaway?
for
One
sport.
key takeaway for sports. I mean, and how was your week?
All right. So overall, my weekend was cool. Nothing too major. I love anytime I get my rest. Working them hard as hours. 10 hours is no joke. But as far as like sports wise, I mean, as far as sports wise, happy to see my Dodgers moving on to the World Series. I'm not sure that we got this one in the bag because it's something glorious and fantastic coming with Toronto. They haven't been to the NBA. I mean, I say NBA to the World Series like what since the '90s, '93 or something like that.
93.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? So and they playing hot right now on both sides of the ball. So I'm not going to make it seem like this is going to be a walk in the park. This is one of the scary World Series right here where we that great dynasty, that great team, but then we coming up against some guys who we not scared. We here. We this is our opportunity. This is our chance too. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is playing outstanding right now. I'm not gonna lie. He's playing the best out of everybody that's left in the playoffs right now. Right now, my team is winning by committee. Everybody contributing doing their thing. But this boy, he on fire. I never seen nothing like this as far as me being an adult. But other than that, happy that the NBA season started, and we'll talk about things like that later on. But yeah, overall, my Dodgers World Series.
Great week last week. Just to call out when we get to the pick 'em portion of it. Uh, I am back and ready to go. Whenever y'all ready to get to that portion, just let me know so I can be prepared to do that because the shades are coming on because I bet on the winner last night. Woo! Okay, you know what I'm
Ric
saying?
Flair.
And it's just so glorious to just be in the position that I'm in, with the pick'em as it stands to try to surpass a one Bruce McFly. But shout out to all of the people, in the chat and everything. As far as the week goes, great week of football last weekend. I enjoyed it very much on the college side and on the NFL side. Some really, really good games. League is starting to separate itself. We're starting to get some teams to start to show who they're going to be. With that being said, Ravens -6.5 against the Bears is a favorite at home. Is very, very surprising, and we will get into that. NBA season starting last night. My Lakers, of course, started off at a damper. But the World Series, as Fox alluded to, is going to be something of legend, in my opinion. And let's see if the Dodgers left-hand bats can wake up, and let's see if the ghost of George Springer still exists in Dodger Stadium. And that's it.
Oh, it's on me. Well, had a good week. Can't complain. Make no sense to complain. Control what you can. Don't worry about what you can't. Sports wise, for me, last week was my first week on the pod. I went 6-4, y'all, with my
That's a
bet, my
okay.
pick, 6-4.
Thanks for jumping the shark because we wasn't going to get to that yet until that segment.
That's
But
a
yes,
key. That was a key point for
your
me.
first week,
I went
pat
six and
yourself.
four.
My bad. Hey,
I went six and
Don't let
four.
him. Don't let him hate you. Say your record again, Fallon, if you want to. You can say
Six
it
and
again.
four. 6-4.
Okay. All right. Yes, Queen. Yes.
Um,
Yes.
football. I think what is shocking. Oh my God. Football.
Yo,
A key
this
point
dude
for
is
me.
crazy.
Honestly, is the Chicago Bears been on a 4-game winning streak. They coming in here hot. We'll get to that, Chris, when we get there talking Ravens. But
Okay. Okay.
I'm a little I don't know what we
Mm-hmm.
will do, but
Mm-hmm.
also basketball. Not a real basketball girl. I'm a football, watch baseball, but I'm a Golden State Warriors fan. Well, a Steph Curry fan, and they won. So that's for me. On to you, EP.
uh, I'm glad everybody got all that out. I mean, me, all of you hit pretty much all the major sports bases: baseball, football, basketball, all of that. I'ma kick it to wrestling. I mean, I enjoyed my week in wrestling. Not gonna dig too deep into it. Watch AEW, a sickos. She hates it, but good
Trash.
job. um, the question from last week that I missed, I'm gonna connect that to the college football portion because it's more of a college question. I want to start with Ravens talk, just to get that out the way really quick. And lastly, the YouTube live feed is down. We'll upload the video later, but right now we're live on Twitch. So just to give you here, if something was going on with the internet, and I don't want to shut the show down, just to connect that back up. So we're good right now. Okay, the question. All right. When a coach loses the locker room, do you think they can get it back? And also, add on to that question because of the things that came out from the Baltimore Sun, which wind up being wrong. We really don't know what's going on, but it was reported that John Harbaugh took the activities like cornhole, ping pong, video games away from the team to try to get them to focus better. But then secret sources went on the radio. I mean, text one of the radio personalities that was allowed. The players did it, and John came out and also said he had nothing to do with that. He found out after the fact. So, you got that. All of that's grouped into one, and I just want to ask one other question so you can answer all three of them. I'll remind you just in case you forget. This game coming up Sunday, is it the biggest Ravens home game ever since the AFC Championship? Well, other than the AFC Championship. Whoever want to take it off, go ahead.
Wow. First of all, EP, phenomenal question structure and layout. I'm perplexed. I thought it was well said and well built. So bravo to you, sir. That was excellent.
But
Now you set the table
I
very
want to
well.
put this out there. I got a lot of this structure from Fox, so we gotta give him his props too. But
Shout out
you
to
feel
Fox,
me?
brother. All right, Fox. All right, all right. So, first things first. Let's take it. Let's talk about the Ravens and the video games and their activities. If John Harbaugh did it, I would lose all of what respect I have left for him to do something of that nature. They're grown men. It's their locker room. If they decide to have these things, who are you to tell grown professionals what they can have in their locker room? I think that when I first heard it, if that was the case, I was instantaneously like, bro, they're not your kids. These are players. It's a respect level. They're men. This should not have happened. To hear that the players decided to do it, if that's also true, is definitely something that warms the heart of a Ravens fan because somebody in that locker room is saying, bro, we need to lock in, right? We need to do it and we need to do it on all things, on all fashions, and we need to be thinking football. We haven't earned to be disconnected in this room. We utilize this room to get ready, war ready, to get ourselves prepared to go out on that field and do a job. So, bravo to those players, to those teammates, if that did happen, and if that was the result to try to gain something. A 1-5 team, I think that you have to be autonomous about where you go and what you do in order to get your team back on track. With that being said, to go into to coaches losing the locker room, it happens often. You can see it. Some people attribute it to the easiest thing they're attributed to is just the team reeling and losing consistently. Also, it's levels of trust that you have in the locker room. Being a former coach myself, you can feel it, right? When you start to stand in front of those people and you start to draw into things and try to dive into and try to figure it out, try to make a simple connection point between you and your team, and you're just not getting there, right? And it's usually a result. When we talk about competitive sports, wins and losses is usually the proponent of the temperature within that locker room. So I think that it is something that happens often. When it does happen and the coach loses the locker room, I think it usually takes a catastrophic event in the positive in order for them to get it back, which 9 times out of 10, once you're already on that trajectory, is very hard to come back from. So with that sense, I would say my answer would be no. And I think that covered all. E.
And is this the biggest home
Oh,
Ravens? That's the last one.
in my opinion, no, I don't think so. I think that the fans just kind of want to see where we land. We've been off for a while. Let's see if we fix some things. We know that a week is not going to be the whole proponent, right? Because we got our bye week, but we got this game and going right into Thursday into Miami, the following. So I think that we'll see. I'm pretty sure that they have made some changes. Eight is back in the house, so I think that us as fans want to see some positivity come out of what happened and what's been going. And maybe if we can draw the line in the Rubicon and go forward from this point based off of what's happened previously. But ultimately, I think that, it won't become the biggest games until we get a game that truly matters, right? Like, let's be sitting at 7-5 and need to keep pace with the rest of the AFC. And we got the Steelers in Pittsburgh. That would be the biggest game, but we have to earn that, right? And right now, we're just a 1-5 team that's just trying to make up some lost ground.
Fox.
All right. For me, I want to answer your question all over the place, but it's going to get answered. Have the Ravens had an AFC championship home game yet?
One,
Yes,
Yeah, we
against
lost.
Kansas City.
we lost to
Okay,
Kansas City.
Yeah,
that's going to be the Ravens' biggest game of all time before they already.
I said next to that one. Is this the biggest home
No.
Ravens
I'm
home?
not saying that. No. I'm not saying that one. I'm saying when the Ravens win that game, when the Ravens actually win the AFC Championship game at home, because we already know when it comes to the playoffs, the Ravens are pretty much on the road. That's one thing I love about the Ravens. They are road warriors. They always get it done on the road. Always since the Joe Flacco days. I think Joe Flacco is one of the best winning quarterbacks on the road in history, and we already know what he did when what that Super Bowl run 13-0. So I believe this is not the greatest game. The greatest game has yet to come, and I believe the Ravens are going to get there with Lamar Jackson with an AFC Championship game played at home. When you say once the coach leaves the locker room, he need to be out of there. It's just as simple as that. As you being an owner, this is not little league where losses really don't count. You just really developing players so they can go on and play further in life in their career. But far as NFL wise, if you see that your coach loses the locker room, it's time to get him replaced. I thought the whole entire thing, like Aaron Herbert said, you play the game to win. That's what I thought, especially when you playing professional. That's why I be like the Browns. Why are you sucking for so long? All these other teams. Why are you going backwards? The Jets. Why are you going backwards? I mean, you had a quarterback that guaranteed the Super Bowl and Joe Namath. You don't want to try to rebuild that. You had Mark Sanchez showing you, I would say three good years. I think he went to the AFC Championship at least 2 times out of those 3 years. Why you don't want to build on that? So for me, I feel like once you lose the whole dynamic of winning, and the coaches don't believe, and the players don't believe in this coach leading them to wins, you get them out of there. And I would say this now, Chris, you're my brother. I love you. Now, I'm not saying I disagree with you, but I gotta add to this. I would definitely love if the coach. First of all, we a playoff bound team. We're also a team that's supposed to be in the Super Bowl.
Hey Fox, I think is that everybody? Do everybody hear him like breaking up, or is it just me?
He going in and
It's
out.
just you. I can hear Fox loud and clear. I
Okay.
got
He's
him.
going in
That
and
was
out over here.
what the stream say.
Well, I think just go ahead. I think something's going on here. Just finish going. I'm gonna work on this stuff. Y'all finish answering the question.
Oh yeah, but basically what I was saying was about far as taking the things out of the locker room. You're supposed to this Ravens team is supposed to be a playoff bound team, a Super Bowl winning team, at least a team that's supposed to be in at least one Super Bowl, whether you win or loss. So to me, I don't have a problem with you starting the season off the way the Ravens did. And I'm gonna say like this: let the first 5 games. If your record is 2-3 and you still got this podcast, Marlon Humphreys, you still playing the games, guys in the locker room, TikTok and social media. Me as a coach, excuse my language, get that shit out the locker room. What's wrong with you? We supposed to be on our way to a Super Bowl, and you up here doing TikTok dances. You up here doing the latest thing, trying to get revenue and this, that, and the third. I understand make your money on the side. I understand get your endorsements and this, that on the side. But when you're in the locker room, when you on that grass, you're supposed to be about the NFL. Not my bad. You're supposed to be about football. Straight like that. I don't give a damn if it's called a meat here. You're supposed to be about football, learning your plays, knowing your assignments, communicating with your teammates, understanding what the coach is saying, being coachable. You're supposed to be locked in, and you talking about you making these comments and these Instagram videos and reels and all that after you get blown out after you lose a game to a team like the Lions, after you blowing games that you should be winning and things like that. And I mean, to me, I'm not me. Just I don't mean to be old fashioned guy. But if I had a podcast, I'm only doing my podcast when the season is over with. I'm never doing a podcast when the season going on because I'm human. I might accidentally say something on camera about something that happened in the locker room. Marlon Humphreys has done it, may not have said names, but he mentioned things that's going on. I think that shouldn't be allowed. We already talked about Antonio Brown doing it, so why should he be allowed to do it? I just think overall, I wish John Harbaugh did do it, but we got to give credit where it's due with the players doing it, but I think it's a little bit too late. You 1-5. If the Ravens pull this off and go to the playoffs, this will be one of the greatest things I ever seen. I don't even think a team from 1-5 ever make the playoffs, and this will be the first. So it will be nice to see, but I don't even think that's going to happen right there.
It's happened 3 times, and all teams have been bumped out of the divisional round, sir.
All right,
Fallon.
Oh, um, first question. The coach losing the locker room. I guess it's possible he can get it back, but it'll be really, really, really hard. You can tell on the field play, you can tell body language, you can tell a lot on the sideline as if they don't want to play, for their coaches anymore. Like nothing is getting into their head of urgency of trying to fix it. Like Fox said, Marlon and Kyle Van Noy all on a podcast. You done just got blew out 44-10 or something like that. Why are you on the podcast talking about why the sky blue? Like, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like the whole Glizzy thing. Now he's talking about going on a tour with a bunch of sir, get off of there and get in the film. Do something. Like, what is wrong with you?
Hey, yo,
Like, what is that? And then they
that was
want why
crazy.
like people be coming to them, like in a negative way. I don't think it's they want to be negative, but you got to think like fans, people pay their money, season ticket holders. We don't want to see that. We know what y'all capable of doing. So get in there and lock in. And the whole the ping pong machines, I'm like 50-50 with that. I understand why he did it. It was more of like the bonding type. And as Rob said, I'll use what he said on the radio today, that typically they're not on it during practice. Like they normally do this after practice, just like when they was in the pool and stuff. So that's a good bonding thing that you want with your team. Now I understand now because they done dug a hole that they gotta get out like expeditiously. Like we gotta do something. So if that's a distraction, I do, understand that removing it if that'll mentally get them prepared for Sunday and knowing what they're supposed to do. The biggest game Sunday, I don't think so. We need a win badly, but I don't think this is the biggest game, like a AFC championship or anything like that. I wanted to go off a little bit. I know y'all heard Monken getting thrown under the bus. Do you think he is as responsible for the losses that Zach Orr is with the defense?
Can I go? Can I go? Absolutely not. I don't think it's Todd Monken's fault. I think that we started to make some excuses from that perspective. I think because I was even having a conversation with a good friend of mine. And he was saying, should we tailor our game based on our defensive efficiencies that we've had to slow the clock down, run the ball methodically, et cetera, et cetera. And in my opinion, if we talk about the first 3 weeks of the season, the Ravens was the highest scoring team in football. So, I mean, with a combined almost 100 points, and I know our EP gave a stat where he had 9 touchdowns and no picks, and we were the only team that was 1-2. Since when do we want to slow down Porsche because we don't have enough good streets to drive on? That doesn't make any
Mhm.
sense. If we go to a point where we start to make where I don't think we've ever had a season where we've opened up the number one offense in football in Ravens history. As a matter of fact, it's been a point of contention for our team for its since its infancy. So to have that and not be winning, I think maybe there are some nuances about the offense that we may can change. But in my opinion, if you score 40 points in 2 games and almost 40 points in 3 games and only win one, it's not an offensive problem. So shame on John Harbaugh. That I will say really, really ticked me off when he made those comments. Foxy.
Um, for me, I'm blaming everything on Harbaugh. If you feel that way about this and you're the head coach,
Change
why
it.
don't you make changes? Why don't
Mhm.
you do something? I mean, I thought I could be wrong, but I thought the coach you know what the play is before the player does it. And if you don't like it, you can stop it at any time. You can, and at any time you can overrule. That's why you're the coach. It's not called the defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator have more control than you. They create shit,
Mhm.
and you get to choose whether it's a okay or nay. And I just feel like, man, he wrong for doing that. To me, the main problem is you got all these players on defense. Sometimes and I want to say this. Yes, you do have to blame Zach Orr for play calls. I'm not taking that away from him. But to me, I'm also like this. You're the players on the field that have the dream of a lifetime to get paid to play football. You want to be a star. You want to be good. You want to win and you want Super Bowls. Where does it sometimes come on the players where you need to be showing up? I am shocked at Jair Alexander for you to do what you was doing in Green Bay, and you only a year away from being on Green Bay, and you're not doing half of what you was supposed to be doing. You getting tortured out there. Marlon Humphreys, this just me. Marlon Humphreys to me, maybe his first 5 or 6 years, almost 7 years in the league, to me, he was giving me Hall of Fame career. He get interceptions. It was at times in the career where he was known as one of the top 3 or top 5 corners in the league. He was making Pro Bowls. Not only does he get interceptions, he forced fumbles. He's a great tackler, and he was good in coverage. So to me, I'm like, yo, if that was my life, I'm like, oh man, I'm Hall of Fame bound. I'm gonna continue to play like this. But no, what he's want to do, be all in his fame, and now he got a podcast instead of being known as one of the greatest corners of all time. We not even having that discussion no more about Marlon Humphreys. All we talking about is how he getting burnt in the show. That's it. That's it. We ain't talking about no more Pro Bowls, him being a top corner. We're not even having that conversation at all. So again, like I said, I'm definitely going to blame Zach Orr for the plays that's called out there. But these players got to get held accountable. All them players out there, and the only person we talk about that we really trust is Kyle Hamilton. Some people, my bad, I take it back. Roquan Smith, I give him his credit. But that's it. It's
William.
11 players out there. You
Nate
only
Williams.
and hold on, my bad. I take that back. I think y'all D tackle been hurt. So I forgot what's his name.
Nanamdi might have
Namdi.
BK.
Anabi better. Anabi, see, look, Anabi better. BK.
I'm gonna call him Justin.
There we go. There we go. But anyway, you feel me? I just feel like overall, I knew I was gonna give y'all one. I knew I was gonna give y'all one. But I just know overall, I'm gonna blame Zach Orr for the play calls. But overall, the players out there, you gotta do what you gotta do. But this is the worst Ravens defense probably ever in history. They giving up like 30 something points a game, and I never seen the Ravens do this at all.
So I want to add something to you, Fox. Wait a minute, babe, real quick. I don't know if y'all saw today, but after practice, the coaches were talking. Zach Orr got on the podium and said that he reached out to Mike McDonald last Friday, which is a like, are you serious? You got Dean Pease already there advising. You got Chuck Bacano, who is probably advising, and now you're reaching out to an old coach that you used to work under for schemes or clearly, sir, you're not the man for the job. It should not take 3 people to help you figure out something. Like he literally have nothing. The players are all over the place. They just look lost. Like they just like I don't understand it. But reaching out to Mike McDonald, Lord have mercy. I was like, I know you lying.
it it happens a little bit more often than you think. Most coaches, especially coaches that aren't on your schedule, it happens a lot, which the Seattle Seahawks are not. Plus, there's been times when I know that Jim Harbaugh was open about reaching out to Jim Johnson on the Philadelphia Eagles and Andy Reid when he first started coaching in the Ravens. It happens often. Belichick with Parcells, reaching out. As a former football coach, my whole first offensive playbook was from a rival school, but it was my coach from high school, right? Shout out to Coach White. And it's something that happens a lot more often than you think. And I honestly think I didn't think that I would get here, but to Zach Orr's credit, you know, Mike McDonald was a gem, and he's doing
Mhm.
great things out in Seattle. And
Mm-hmm.
he had this defense to a point where it was clicking on all cylinders, and he became the
Mhm.
hottest commodity in football. And or worked under him, and while he was Zach was the defensive coordinator. So, from that perspective, looking for anything, looking at the tape, you can see the nuances between the two defenses that they are very similar. Maybe he was just looking for some guidance, right? But at this juncture, I think that if we put them in a position to try to say, if he was open about it and said it, I'm going to give him a little bit of credit in this. At 1-5, to say that you haven't pulled out all the stops in order to find your success. I guess we can add this to the list because at this point, anything could help. Maybe we look back at this a
Mm-hmm.
few months from now and we say maybe this was the turning point for the Ravens, but highly unlikely, but anything's possible.
Mhm.
I don't have much to say on this, but what I do have to say is it's not the players' fault. It's not Zach Orr's fault. It's not our offensive coordinator's fault. It's not our general manager's fault. It's not our owner's fault. It's not the team's fault. It's not the bye week's fault. It's not the fans' fault. It's not the weather on a sunny day on a Sunday at 1 p.m.'s fault. It is John dumbass Harbaugh's fault. Until that is taken away, I'm done. 1-5. What we got? It's 17 games now. We're gonna be 1-16, maybe. Sorry, I ain't gonna say
Ooh.
that. But they were on the radio talking about Lamar might not play Sunday. He might wait for Thursday. If Lamar doesn't play Sunday, there is no Thursday. The season is over
Mm-hmm.
if they lose this Sunday. If anybody can prove to me otherwise, I don't have nothing else to say.
I
I'm
just
done with the
think I
Mm-hmm.
Ravens.
think he I think he will play Sunday.
He's definitely
Okay, he
gonna
get.
play
I
Yeah,
Sunday.
mean, the
I think he will play
Vegas
Sunday.
has it like he's playing,
He was a
but
full go today. He's a full go yesterday, full
He
go
he
was
was
today.
limited
limited
yesterday.
yesterday. He
He
was
was
limited
limited
yesterday.
yesterday.
Limited. He was a full go. He had pads on. He was throwing the passes around. That's a full
Oh,
go
come
for
on,
somebody
Gordon. Don't
who
you
ain't
want to
played
rev
in a
up your
month. And he
Harley?
was a full go
Vroom,
today.
vroom.
Usually Thursday, honestly, Thursday is your telltale sign if a player's gonna play. If he practices on Thursday, walk through Friday, they usually play on Sunday. So I think Lamar's a lock for this weekend. And the line hasn't moved at all. The money is all on the Bears, but the line has not moved. So I think that Lamar will be there.
Oh
All right,
man, shit. Hey, I believe the Bears gonna win though. I ain't gonna lie. They
Oh,
on
we'll get to that.
they on.
We will get
Oh,
a Fox. I smell what you cooking, brother. Yeah, and this. Oh, I ain't even. We ain't getting the picks yet, but I got some shit to say about these picks. That I mean, I was called out for certain reasons, but anyway. Next question. All right. Now we're on to I guess, the general conversation of the sports world. So this is, I guess, a question, opinion rather. This is your opinion. What do you think is the best comeback in NFL history? That let's put it like this: that you've seen. What is the best comeback that you've seen in NFL history? Fallon looked like she's thinking, so I'm gonna go with Fox first. This was your question.
all right, cool.
Chris is at the what? No, Fallon at the Fox.
All right. To me, there's a lot of great comebacks. I think it was one time the Vikings had a 30. They was down by 33 points. They had zero. They
Mhm.
had a comeback. But to me, the greatest one of all time, and I was upset that this guy retired early because I think he retired after this season. Andrew Luck. Remember that game that he had against the Chiefs? Oh my
I do
God.
remember that game.
I mean, him and Alex Smith was going crazy. Both of them had 4 touchdowns. And I like games like this. Tony Romo had a game like this too, where Tony Romo had like 3 or 4 interceptions, but he threw 4 touchdowns and won the game against the Bills. That's the same exact thing that Andrew Luck did. He threw 3 interceptions in this game, threw 4 and still won the game. I mean, this was a high scoring game. I think the game ended like 38-37, something like that. That was the game where he recovered the fumble when Donald Brown fumbled at the 1 yard line. He ran it in, but the Chiefs supposed to blow them dudes out. At one time, the score was 31-10 in the second half. It should have been over straight like that. But for them to fight back in a playoff game, I got that number 1 on my list out of all the playoff, all the comebacks I've ever seen for the NFL wise.
The greatest comeback in NFL history forever, will always be the 1993 divisional round playoff game between the Houston Oilers and the Buffalo Bills. With
Oh shit, that was tough.
forever will be uh, Houston Oilers up 30. What is this? 28, 31, 30. What is this? 28-3 at halftime. Frank Reich, the machine gun Kelly, lists Buffalo Bills going against the running shoot Houston Oilers. Houston had that game in tow by the second half, and the Buffalo Bills scored 38 points in the last 4 quarters to win that game at home. Probably the most historic game because they were down 35-3 at one point, but to win that game is absolutely insane. Especially with your backup quarterback, Hall of
Mm.
Famer Andre Reed, Hall of Famer Thurman Thomas, a Hall of Famer Bruce Smith, Warren Moon on the other side, Webster Slaughter, Ernest Givens, Terry Rozier, just the star-studded cast on both sides, playing on AstroTurf in the cold, probably one of the more memorable scenes in NFL history. But the greatest comeback will forever be the 1993 playoff game between the Buffalo Bills and the Houston Oilers.
So for me, y'all said two that I was thinking about, but I'll go back to the Patriots and the Falcons Super Bowl. That was your answer? Fourth quarter, the Patriots was down 28-3. I don't know how they let the foot off the gas on the defense, but I was literally in awe. Like, how is that possible? And they were celebrating so early, celebrating early in the fourth quarter. But you can't play with Tom Brady. He's a GOAT. He
Hey
does it.
man,
And the Falcons had more time of possession and still did absolutely nothing. They came back and won it in overtime on the kickoff.
All right, since everybody took like the obvious answers, Fallon actually took my first answer. But I'm gonna just go back to Old Faithful for me. It wasn't a major comeback, but to us Ravens fans, it was the comeback. The Mile High Miracle.
Oh
Denver,
yeah.
I mean the Ravens at Denver, that that Hail Mary to Jacoby Jones, rest in peace, sir.
Mhm.
Flacco to Jacoby, like I don't care. I don't care who our greatest QB of all time wind up becoming. I'm talking about the Baltimore Ravens fans. Joe Flacco will always hold a place in my heart for taking down Joe Montana's record in that playoff run. And I don't know, he played like he was elite. Everything after that is questionable, but that whole playoff run between the Ray Lewis retirement announcement to the Super Bowl, the Lombardi Trophy being raised, man, that was it for me. That was better than the first Super Bowl to me because I got to be here and witness it all instead of being in the military during that time. So that comeback, as small as it was, but it was monumental if you were watching it live. I mean, that's it for
Yes.
me.
That was
That's it
huge.
for
That
me.
was huge. I ain't gonna lie. That was
That's
huge.
probably, I mean, it is considered the greatest quarterback run in the playoff ever, in my opinion. First of all, the Ravens hadn't put up numbers like that the whole season. We limped
Hmm.
into the playoffs. I mean,
Yes.
we won the last three games, but I remember vividly how ugly it had been looking going into the playoffs that year. And I think Ray gave us the EpiPen. This is my last ride, and Flacco finally just clicked for him, man, and he was lights out. He was absolutely fantastic in that playoff run. I'll never forget it. Never forget it.
All right, if that's it on that topic, we're gonna move right along to another NFL question. Well, you know what? I'm gonna mix topic 3 and 4 together, so you can answer this in two parts. All right, name the worst player your team has ever drafted, traded for, or picked up in free agency. Also, what team do you think is the worst team, worst franchise in the NFL today? Answer them in any order you want, and whoever wants to go first, go ahead.
I go first. The draft, we had a couple of them. 2003 Kyle Bowler, number 19 pick. Matt Elon, 2013 with the 32 pick.
mm, mm,
He was
mm.
Brashard
so bad,
Perryman,
bro. He
Brashard
was so bad.
Perryman, 2015. The worst trade we had, I think, was Lee Evans.
No, no,
Damn.
With that
no,
one,
no, 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 not Lee.
Lee,
Not Lee.
Lee Evans.
Give him that work. Give him that work.
With that, with that drop, that infamous drop that we needed
He caught
to
the
go back
ball,
to
fella.
the.
He caught the ball.
He
He
dropped the
caught the
ball.
ball.
He dropped it.
I was pissed. He dropped that.
Almost broke the
I think
TV,
we
yo. I
all
was so
would.
mad.
And the last one, the free agency, a bad. I think it was a bad deal. Earl Thomas, 4 years, 55 million, only lasted one season because he punched
Mm.
somebody in the face or whatever whoever wherever he punched him at.
And didn't he get in trouble with his wife too? His wife called him
Yes,
cheating. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That was just a whole waste of. And then that was that year Derrick Henry spent them around. Like his
Yep.
year was just going down the drain. Like he was just turned the wrong way. Derrick Henry, he going this way, he turned backwards. We was like, what is happening? His whole year went down the drain that year.
I go next. Every wide receiver before Rashad Bateman that the Ravens ever drafted in the
Mhm.
first round. Starting with Travis Taylor, followed by Mark Clayton, followed by Rashad Perriman. I feel like I'm missing one. Um, Travis Taylor, 2000, Mark Clayton, um, Rashad Perriman. I'm missing one. Who am I missing? That's it, right? It's only been five: Brashard Perriman
You talking
and
about
Zay
also
Flowers. First
our,
round
our
draft picks,
Oh,
first round draft pick? One that
first
didn't we
round wide
draft
receivers.
Maryland from Maryland? He won a Super Bowl with us in
Troy
2000.
Smith was second round
oh,
pick.
so,
Oh, second
oh,
round, second
Second
round.
Torres.
round
Okay,
pick.
okay, okay, okay.
Second round pick. Every first round wide receiver was minus the two, and Rashad Bateman is not too far from being on that list. Even though he showed some flashes, he ain't far back. The worst free agent signing that the Ravens have ever had. Hmm. In my opinion, right now, with all the hype, I'm gonna go out on the ledge and say Roquan Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, like, don't get it twisted. He is probably the best middle linebacker in football. But you know what? That's a little too far fetched. I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna take that back. I'm very pissed with Roquan Smith in the way that he's been playing, though, and it's been subpar. And I will say that, but he has been a great addition. The worst free agent signing in Ravens history. that I believe was a free agent, which because in history we really don't sign many big name free agents.
Mm-mm.
It's not, it hasn't really happened like to that degree. Even on the defensive side, I really can't really put my finger on something because usually when we go out there and we jump out that you get a free agent, they fit or they have fit over the course of time. I can give you one of the best ones that people probably want to say, but Tony Pollard and that 2012 team was one of the best ones, bringing the Thunder.
You
But
talking about
I don't
Bernard
think
Pollard?
I'm sorry, Bernard Pollard. I'm sorry, I was say Tony Pollard, but Bernard Pollard, yeah. Uh,
Get him, Fox.
I,
Get him, Fox.
I didn't mess the name up. I just said the wrong name now. That's the difference. But I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Lee Evans, to me, I don't think that we were even that even to that point. And Flacco had one of his best seasons that year. I thought Lee Evans was a phenomenal free agent signing for us. I thought he played well. I just think that, in my opinion, the 2011 team was better than the team that won the Super Bowl the next year.
Mm-hmm.
We won a division that year by a landslide. We had the great Patriots on the ropes. And I think that we just unfortunate to drop and then the missed field goal right afterwards just killed everything for that team. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I can't give you a worse free agent signing. And I don't think that's because I don't think that it has been one. We've been pretty fortunate from a free agent perspective, in my opinion, where I think about what free agency looks like signing a player in the beginning of the season before he hits the field. The Ravens have been a fortunate franchise from that, and even in mid-season. So I'll skip that question. Go ahead, Fox.
Um, of course, my team, the Giants. I'm gonna just say one for the Ravens for sure. This to me one of the worst, and I wanted this guy to be great. When y'all got Mike Wallace, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I thought he was gonna come to the Ravens and go nuts.
He did. He
He only
did,
had
Fox.
hell, he was on the Ravens for like 2 seasons, and I don't think he went over 1,000 yards at all. He
Mike
had one good game.
Wallace. Mike
Yeah,
Wallace made the Pro Bowl as a Raven, my brother.
he did, man.
Yes.
Somebody might have to fact check me on that. I just
Yes.
remember he probably was
Yes.
on the Ravens for like one season, maybe 2 seasons, and that was it. And I'm sitting up here like, this guy was a burner. This guy was still good. I remember that little out route that he scored against the Steelers. I remember that. And then another one. I ain't gonna lie, my boy Marcus Peters. I was mad that he was only good for the Ravens for one season. I mean, when he came to the Ravens, like 6 interceptions, ran like 3 or 4 of them back. I'm expecting for the Ravens, the defense, to do the same exact thing. He had that one good season with the Ravens, and then he didn't do nothing else after that. I was definitely pissed off about that because Marcus, I played corner. Marcus Peters, it was one of my favorite corners at one time, especially when he was on the Chiefs. But when it comes to the New York Giants, this one hurt me. Ron Dane, boy was a
Oh,
Heisman Trophy winner and ain't do a damn thing for us. A damn 2,000 yards in 4 seasons ain't do a damn thing for us. I thought he was supposed to be like how we had what was it Brandon Jacobs and Amar Bradshaw. We supposed to do that. Tiki Bob and him. He ain't do shit. It's as simple as that. Um, this dude right here, I believe he has the greatest life of all time. His life is better than all our lives. Not the fact that he got money, he made it to the league, but this is why his life better. Aaron Ross, you a first round draft pick. You won 2 Super Bowls. You married to a female track star, and you ain't do shit in the league. You ain't do a damn thing. This dude got 2 rings, 11 picks, and played like 5 or 6 seasons, and got a beautiful ass wife. Now that's a good thing you got a beautiful wife, but you trash when it comes to the league. You trash. I thought you was gonna be the man. Yo, first round draft pick. I'm expecting Deion Sanders type of shit when you come in the first round. But trash. It's as simple as that. And then this one right here. This one is by far the worst. The only thing I ever seen this dude do was block real good in the playoff game against the Minnesota Vikings. Kenny Galladay. Galladay. I don't give a shit. I don't give a damn. Trash. Ain't do nothing. You playing for the Detroit Lions, you go over 1,000 yards back to back, you making Pro Bowls, but when you catch us, you can't catch shit. Can't catch cold, can't catch disease, you can't catch shit. You just horrible. The only thing you was doing good was blocking in that one playoff game. That's the only thing I seen you do good was block real good in that Minnesota Vikings game when we won with Daniel Jones. That's it. You ain't do shit. That's all I gotta say. He trash. Trash. I remember you. Trash.
Galladay should go to jail for the money he stole from the New
Yo,
York Giants. That was pretty bad, bro. Just and That was pretty. He was that might be the worst. He might be top 10 in history of him and Albert Hainsworth. Like he was just
Man, oh
yeah. Kenny got he was
Hainsworth,
yeah, Albert
Hainsworth.
Hainsworth. Yeah,
Ooh.
he was pretty bad too.
Trash.
Just to check fact check 2016 with Baltimore, Mike Wallace 72 catches, 1,017 yards and 4 touchdowns. The following year, he played two less games, 52 catches, 748 yards and 4 touchdowns. And that's probably two of the worst Ravens teams in the last 10 years. But previous to the next year, the Ravens took Lamar Jackson in 2018. But Mike Wallace made the Pro Bowl here in Baltimore.
Okay. I like what y'all got going on there. I still think, well, I thought I was gonna smoke this until I heard what Fox said. Yo, Fox went off at the end of that. Yo, this dude has been taking over our clips the last two episodes. He didn't like the episode on Sunday that we filmed. Dude had like 5 clips by himself. He was going on talking about Ed Gein titties and it was just
Oh
it was a
my
wild
God,
one.
Joe.
But
Oh my God, Joe.
all right, I think I got y'all on the worst player the Ravens have ever drafted. Nobody said this name, and I'm scared to say it because I think I messed up. But Sergio Kendall, the man fell down the steps and was gone for
Does he
life.
even count, bro?
Yes,
Does he
we
even
drafted
count, bro?
him. We drafted him.
He never played a snap, did he?
I remember him, the linebacker, right?
From
Yes,
Texas. He was an
fell
edge
down the
rusher from
steps.
Texas, running from his girl or something, and he busted his head open or something like he had a head injury
And never played.
and never
All
played
right.
a snap with us.
This
Oh,
is
man.
the
Wow.
worst trade in Ravens history. Y'all probably
Okay.
ain't gonna count this one either, but I'm gonna say it. Terrell Owens. He never played for us. He wanted
yeah.
before he came here. He wanted out of here. And then when
That
he
is
played
true.
against us and scored a touchdown, he did the Ray Lewis dance on us.
He did. He did.
I know. And this one,
I
y'all
will
might
tell
have. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, B. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, my
Finish,
last
finish.
one, just in case he's not a free agent, he wasn't a free agent. I have a backup for it. I want to say one of my most hated Ravens of all time, Frank Pass Interference Walker. Was he?
Oh.
Thank you. But just in case y'all didn't give me him, I also had TJ Houshmandzadeh. That's
TJ was solid for us, bro.
For one season,
remember that drop. That's all I gotta say. That
You're
drop.
right.
All
Remember the catch against the Steelers to win the game.
I got you, but Chris,
I think the drop happened
smoked
after that,
this.
though.
I smoked this today. Your turn. What you had to say, bro? You had to say something
What
about
what I will say is, and I'm not saying that you're incorrect at all, but I will. That goes. You have helped my point to say that we have done relatively well in free agency when the one free agent that we've had that's the worst in your opinion never even played it down for us.
right.
And we've been successful with Eric DaCosta and and Ozzie Newsome of that. And since we have already mentioned his name, I'm gonna have to change the player for Fox to another player because TJ Houshmandzadeh was one of them today. That was the easy one, Fox. Then they took it
That was
away
gonna
from
be
you
easy for
today,
me,
yo.
TJ
You was
Houshmandzadeh.
gonna get that. I said it was an
My
easy
bad.
one. I said it was an easy one.
I ain't
You
even
didn't know.
know.
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. You didn't know. You
And
didn't
y'all
know.
didn't
But he's gonna get
nobody
it.
named the worst team either. It was a 2-part question. That was, what do you
Oh.
think the worst franchise in the NFL is today? I'll just put it
Cleveland
like that.
Browns. The Cleveland Browns
Well,
by a
that's
landslide.
that's what I picked. So y'all can go ahead.
I think the Browns, but I also think right now the Dolphins, like they are so dysfunctional right now. Tua throwing his receivers under the bus, the coach getting up there rambling like he can't even form a sentence at the press conference. They just dysfunctional. They just bad.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
I can't get. I'm just because my man Chris said the Browns. I'm gonna go elsewhere. I'm going to say the Jets. Woody Johnson has been in that owner chair As far as I can remember knowing anything about the Jets. Even doing the what's my man name? What's my man name? Why can't I think of it? What is our old defensive coordinator, Rex Ryan? When I mean, even when Rex Ryan was there, you thought the Jets were going to turn the corner, because going back to what Fox said back when they had Mark Sanchez, and he was saying Sanchez had some good seasons. The only thing I remember from Mark Sanchez when he played for the Jets was the butt fumble, when he ran into his offensive lineman's ass and fumbled the ball. I don't remember anything else about the Jets. Oh, it's one other thing. Bart Scott saying can't wait when it was time for them to play the Patriots again in the playoffs. But to get back to why I think the Jets are a terrible franchise, I made it known before how I feel about my college's quarterbacks once they leave the horseshoe. Justin Fields, I believe he deserves the same treatment Lamar got the first year Lamar played for the Ravens. They built an offense around him. He needs to go to a team that they can build an offense around. For the owner to come out and say the reason why they're doing bad is because we need a starter at quarterback and not the backup we got in there, that's total disrespect to me, man. I might not have said what he said verbatim, but that is disrespectful. I know I say what I say about Ohio State's quarterbacks, but you're not supposed to say that in public. I mean, and just basically shat on your starting quarterback. So, for that and other reasons, I'm going to say the New York Football Jets are the worst franchise in the NFL.
First of all, he's not wrong. Justin Fields is terrible, bro, and it's like not even close. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not even going to tell you like from a coach's perspective. Not only is Justin Fields like a 5-year vet at this point, but if he's still to the point where he only gets 2 reads per play, he only reads one half of the field, and he still can't complete a pass. Like this, no, 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 no. And Woody Johnson, I will not give him any credit for anything. He is probably one of the worst owners in football. I will give you that. He has ran the Jets into a conundrum that they haven't gotten out of since the departure of Mark Sanchez, which is probably the last time that franchise had some life. But Justin Fields is disgusting, and he's a very talented player. When he runs with the football, he's elite. I mean, you know, as much as we give Lamar Jackson stuff about being a running back, I believe Justin Fields could be 1,000-yard rusher in football if he played running back. He is elite with the ball in his hand, but as a quarterback, he is dog doo, and Woody Johnson is just I don't know if I would have said it any worse. I probably would have said it worse if I was him. So it is what it is.
On live TV in front of everybody, washing your quarterback.
If you are 0-6 and you pissed about your $1 billion corporation not making no money, and you got a fan base and people ask you why you not playing good, well, because I got a quarterback that can't throw the ball to nobody. Yeah, that's the reason. I can see if he was making it up. Don't throw your like I still got to sign this cat check, and he the worst quarterback in football.
I just want the same energy given to Jerry Jones all the time, because he does. All right, I gotta let Fox answer because he wait. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Well, one season he did rush for 1,000 yards. I didn't even know that when he was on the Bears. I didn't even know that. So I got mixed things about that. I'm about to talk about Justin Fields, but anyway, but I do got mixed things about the Justin Fields thing. I do believe you, Bruce, where I definitely believe he needs to have an offense that's catered to him, like Lamar Jackson, because you saw a little bit of signs when he played with the Steelers. He didn't play that bad. 5 touchdowns, 1 picks. When his last season with the Bears, he played decent, show you signs that I can play. And then I thought he was going to be good with him and Garrett Wilson up there, but it's not working. I mean, he the first quarterback in history to have no turnovers and not win a game at all. So I mean, it's like you showing me who you are right now. Like, you can't play on NFL level unless you have an offense like Bruce was saying, where it's catered to you, where we can show off your skill. So I would think he probably had to go back to that season where he had the 17 touchdown passes and he had 1,000 yards rushing And what he had, 8 touchdowns. So I think we had to go back there to be relevant, to be good. Other than that, we're going to just keep see him be pedestrian out there. As far as the worst teams, it's easy for me. The Cleveland Browns. Your helmets look like shit. You play like shit. It's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. You're doing it on the regular. I can count how many good quarterbacks you had on my hand. I can count how many good wide receivers. The only wide receiver I ever liked in Browns history was Braylon Edwards, and then you didn't keep him. You let him go. Running backs. Joe, what was his name? Jim Brown, and I didn't see him play, so I never seen the Browns have a good running back. Nick Chubbs, I count him, but he always was hurt, so I can't count him. Then when they go to tight end, I like the Kellen Winslow Jr., but he up here raping homeless people, so I can't like him. Well, I apologize.
Hey, yo,
SA people. So I can't say him. When it come to cornerbacks, I love my man Denzel Ward, but Craig Newsome was going off for the past couple years for you, and then you let him go for nothing. It doesn't make any sense. Then another SAer. You got Deshaun Watson. You signed this guy for what? He didn't give you anything. I apologize about the Achilles injury, but he wasn't giving you anything. I didn't like what he was doing on the Texans once he was having his problems and came back from injury. He wasn't showing you nothing special. We thought he would do good, and he hasn't. Alabama, I love Jerry Jeudy. Not really showing me nothing on the consistent. The best thing y'all had was probably Amari Cooper, and then y'all let him go. And then when he got let go, he retired after that. He at least wanted to play for y'all bum ass. So him right there. And then Myles Garrett. I think Myles Garrett, you're clearly about the money. You could have went with anybody else. You could have went to the Ravens, who need pass rush. You could have stayed in that division and won. We talking differently about the Ravens right now, but you wanted to stay with the Browns for what? You didn't know they was going to get Shador Sanders. Look, they not even letting him play, so I don't even know why you went over there. So then after that, I gotta by far go with the New York Jets. That's crazy. You was showing me something with Mark Sanchez, and then you just showed me nothing else after that. Even you showed me so much. With Mark Sanchez, the Jets even got LaDainian Tomlinson to go for that Super Bowl run. Of course, they lost to the Patriots, as you already know. But you don't do nothing after that. Zach Wilson, trash. You were supposed to be the next Aaron Rodgers. You don't do nothing, and you got a star wide receiver in Garrett Wilson. You don't give me anything. And then, oh my God, I no disrespect. Did Breece Hall go to Ohio State, or am I wrong?
Who?
What's his name? Breece Hall.
Breece Hall went to Iowa State.
Oh, Iowa State. I apologize about that, Bruce. I don't mean to make you mad. But that dude, trash. You supposed to show me something. You had that good rookie season, and you ain't showing me nothing right now. This how I know you ain't showing me nothing. You on my fantasy team. You don't start. So that's how I'm showing you right there. You ain't doing nothing. And then it's not fair that my man Garrett Wilson not getting his shine with this horrible quarterback play. Your quarterback played almost damn near 10 games, 4 touchdown passes. What are you doing with the rock? Who are you throwing to? And the completion rate is 63%. How is that possible? You've been in the league almost damn near 8 years, man. It's about time that your reads get better, your overall play get better. I got another thing. I love Sauce Gardner. You've been trash these last 2 seasons. You've been lacking. You've been getting burnt. You've been getting PIs a lot. You're very handsy. And I just say, overall, man, you ain't do nothing since Joe Namath. So the Cleveland Browns by far shitty, and New York Jets trash.
Real quick. I'm completely done with the clips for you. I'm gonna make a video with you talking and a dog barking in the background, and it'd be Mad Dog Fox. It's going.
Yo, it is golden.
Exactly,
bro.
The dog.
It is golden, yo.
Yeah,
it is golden. Justin Fields is Taysom Hill 2.0. And he will not evolve past that, in my opinion. And it's horrible to say.
Thanks.
He's horrible. And for somebody who hates C.J. Stroud and to have Justin Fields as the Ohio State quarterback and say that C.J. Stroud is not a good quarterback, that says something to me about how much you hate C.J. Stroud, EP. I just want to put that out there. I just want to put that out there. Hate is a
strong word. I dislike that man a lot. It's just I just like him because
C.J. Stroud is a
he brings back
NFL
feelings. He brings back feelings to that playoff to me. I mean, that when we lost, it brings.
You were not in that game without C.J. Stroud, bro. We didn't lose the game. The defense did. It wasn't his fault.
We got an ISO real quick.
Points in that game.
Yo, We went over this. I think it was last week about CJ Stroud. We went over
EP.
this.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. Justin Fields, JT Barrett, or CJ Stroud?
Cardell.
Oh my God, yo, you got to be kidding me.
All right, come on, let's move forward.
That
Let's
was
move
crazy
forward.
right there.
I know, right? I know, right? I just
That
don't want
team
to.
was
I
loaded
just don't
like a
want to
bait.
answer none of his
Joe
questions.
Namath, Joe Namath could have been quarterback of that Ohio State team.
Yeah, I
And
know,
I ain't
right?
gonna lie, the team the year before was better with Michael
Oh
Thomas and Terry
yeah,
McLaurin.
yeah,
That
yeah,
team was better
yeah.
than the team that
Terry
won it all in
McLaurin, he was a
2015.
beast on that squad.
Yeah, that team was
Um,
loaded like a baked potato. Absolutely.
all right. Now we're finally to something we didn't cover last week, but we're going to cover it now. It's the MLB talk segment of the show. We're going to talk playoff and World Series, playoffs and World Series. Getting to this point right now, the World Series has Toronto versus LA, Drake versus Kendrick, part two. I can see we have two Dodger fans up there. I don't know where Fallon sits at on this, but I'm gonna just lead off and say I just want a good series. I don't have a dog in the race. I mean, but I just want to sit back, enjoy, crack a beer, and watch some good baseball. Y'all tell me what's up.
I mean, you took what I was gonna say. I don't have a dog here. I was rooting for Toronto, but just because Santander went there, but he's been uh underwhelming, underperforming, and they actually took him off the roster for an injury. So I was rooting for him, hoping he would do great, but
His
he's
ass ain't hurt, old punk mother. He ain't nothing wrong with him. He in the house drinking coffee, taking notos, wishing somebody
probably,
get hurt so he can get back. PMF.
probably,
You should have
but that's
stayed,
why I was rooting
raggedy
for him.
bitch.
But he ain't playing, so
I'm sorry. I'm
okay,
sorry.
go.
I'm sorry.
Y'all can go.
Oh, first of all, the playoff atmosphere in baseball is unlike nothing else in history of sports.
Mm.
And if you remotely like sports, if you consider yourself a sports fan, do yourself a favor, look at the sped up World Series and take account into what real fanaticism is in American sport. I believe that this has been one of the more entertaining playoffs in a very, very long time, minus my Baltimore Orioles again, but I digress. Hopefully at some point will become what the Dodgers and the Blue Jays have done, because the Blue Jays essentially have been in the same timeline as us, and they've actually put in some money into some players that have gotten them over the hump where we haven't done so. Shout out to one notably George Springer. I think that we should have picked him up as the Baltimore Orioles, but we didn't go there. But to say the least, um, watching George Springer hit that home run against the Mariners in the seventh inning of Game Seven, and the atmosphere, the way that the crowd was going crazy, all I could think was football could never. The
Mm-mm.
atmosphere is absolutely electric, and the Dodger Stadium that lead the league and sellouts. They sell out every game all year long. They figured it out. I think that crowd is going to be frenzied, and I'm going to take Otani and team, but I'd like to see it go seven, just to see the drama. But I think that the Dodgers walk away as back-to-back World Series champions.
Yeah, it definitely feel good to at least see one of my teams do good. Penn State garbage, Giants still in the trash, and so it's good to see at least I get it in baseball. But first of all, I want to get a shout out to the Milwaukee Brewers. That was another team who hasn't been to the World Series in a long time, and we got rid of those boys in the sweep. I definitely got to give a shout out to the Seattle Mariners. They're the only team that has never been to the World Series, and so I can see why the players was definitely upset, crying in the locker room, screaming and hollering. And then, I mean, you gave it your all. You had a lead at one point in time. Your big hitters step up. Julio Rodriguez stepped up. Kyle Riley, he stepped up. So you got what you wanted from your players when it was time for it. It was just that the Blue Jays, the bat is pretty much hot on that level. They getting the hits when they need them. They getting the outs when they need them. They was getting. I mean, I think that game was filled up with double plays. Every time you turned around, it was a double play happening during that game on both teams. And then for as you said, man, George Springer, the seal of deal. I mean, how else would it, if it wasn't him, it had to be Vladimir to hit the home run. But it was definitely George Springer getting it up out of there. But I believe the Dodgers got this one. I just think our pitching is unstoppable this year. We've been mowing the lawn with people, getting them down, knocking them out, getting it done. Like I said, we've been winning by committee. Shout out to my man Mookie Betts, who probably won best shortstop of the year this year. And I think we're just gonna get it done when it comes to the World Series. So I don't want it to go 7 because anything can happen in that game 7. Anything can happen. I'm not one of those guys who believe in home field advantage. I believe in whoever shows up that day is going to get it. So Dodgers and 6. Dodgers and 6.
Y'all would not have home field advantage in the world. Y'all do not have home field advantage in the World Series, Fox. The Blue Jays have a better record overall. So just to see it will start in Toronto come tomorrow night. That's
Oh
number
no.
one.
No. What I'm saying is I don't want it to go game 7, period, at all.
Well, yeah,
If we
y'all
got
would
it,
be in Toronto if it was a game 7. So no, you don't want that. You do not want
yeah.
that.
No, hold
Not
on.
at all.
Even if it was in LA, I don't like game 7s at all. Anything can happen during a game 7. You can give up the
Right.
game winning touchdown. I mean, my bad. You give up the game winning shot. You can give up. And no, I don't. Hell no. Get it done when you're supposed to get it done. At best, 6 games. I want you done in 5, but at best 6.
Yeah. Side note, just to talk about how good of a player and he playing with Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani, in my opinion, the greatest baseball player I've ever seen in real
Mm-hmm.
life with my own 2 eyes.
Me too.
Um, he's probably, if I really had to be critical, number 2 behind Barry Bonds. But at some point, I think he will surpass Barry Bonds as the greatest baseball player ever. But Mookie Betts is a Gold Glove, Platinum Glove right fielder in baseball, and he might win the Gold Glove at shortstop,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And to tell you about teams and coaching, they decided to move Mookie Betts to shortstop to introduce another bat in the lineup to protect Shohei. So shout out to Dave Roberts for making that decision. Mookie Betts, a generational talent to say the least, but
Yes.
just wanted to give him his flowers in that moment.
That's my
Um,
favorite player of all time. He's my favorite player of all time, Mookie Betts.
I wanted just to shout out the Orioles real quick. I want to this is a conversation I had with Fallon before. I believe when the Orioles learn how to win, like the young squad they got now, if they learn how to win together, they're going to become a dynasty. I
I can see it.
thought I I pretty much think next year, if they get it together next year, they're going to go on the run in the playoffs and learn how to win. Like that's how I feel. If the young core that they have, if they stick together, well, all of them going to pretty much be together for a while because arbitration is a few years off. Yeah, if they learn how to win together, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with in the AL. That's just
I
my
believe it's
thoughts on it.
possible. Didn't the Orioles just win like 100 games a year ago before this season?
Was that 2 years
93
ago?
last year, two
Yeah,
years
2 years
ago,
ago. Yeah.
100.
Yeah,
The
see what I'm saying?
Orioles, the Orioles are, in my opinion, true starting pitching away.
Mm-hmm.
We flirted with some really good pitchers. We had the injury bug last year. Trevor Rogers pitched out his mind. Probably would have won the Cy Young if he pitched the whole season. It was dominant as he was down the stretch. Grayson Rodriguez, Kyle Bradish. We've got some pitchers that have come back off the injury bug, but I still believe that we're back in our lineup away. And I think that we haven't been that great defensively. And I
Mm,
do not think that we have had the one thing that growing up in Baltimore, the clear cut leader in my youth of the Baltimore Orioles has always been and will be Cal Ripken. We knew he was the leader of the team. It was the gold standard. He's a Hall of Famer. He is the proponent, or what you would like to call the prototypical shortstop of today, 6'3" or better, taller, can hit for power and for average. And he's been the standard of that from the shortstop position. Before Cal Ripken, your shortstop was just an average guy that you put in the number 1 slot to get on base. Shortstop is probably your best player on the team nowadays. You think
mm.
about Mookie, Bobby Witt Jr., Gunnar
Yes.
Henderson. You think about Manny Machado, right? Those type of players that's going to hit for power and hit for average and be a great defenseman and shortstop. Cal Ripken is the starting point of that. Um, I don't think that there's a clear cut leader on the Orioles, and I don't think that Adley Rutschman is taking the horse. I don't think that Gunnar Henderson is taking the horse. And until we define ourselves with some true grit, the one player that I think that stands out, but he got to stay on the field, Jordan Westberg, the third baseman. I think that he is the type of player that runs hard, plays hard all the time, but he continually gets hurt. So until those types of things start to happen for us and we get this coaching deal, I don't see the tide turning for the Orioles anytime soon. I think we'll be a good team, but the great teams find a way, and I don't think that we've even scratched the surface yet. So we'll see. Remains to be seen.
Um, Anybody else with anything left on baseball? All right, we're rounding third. This is the final couple segments of the show. They all segue into each other. So, topic 6. These are college games you should watch this weekend, and this will lead into our pick recap and our predictions. So, Chris or Fox, you guys are usually good with pulling out the college games. I'm gonna let Fallon, if you have, I know you're gonna pick Alabama and somebody if they play. So you got your choices off. And I don't have any games to look out for this week. I'm just going to, make my picks when we get to that point. So once y'all done with this, we can move on to that part.
Well, for me, the game for sure, Ole Miss and Oklahoma. I definitely want to see what's going to happen. Didn't Ole Miss lose last week?
They did
Yeah,
lose
yeah,
last week.
Yeah,
yeah.
They
I
did
picked
lose
them.
last week.
yeah. See, Ole Miss and Oklahoma, they both lost last week. Oklahoma lost to Texas, so this definitely. I want to see if both teams is either one of them. These guys going to bounce back. Um, Missouri and Vanderbilt easily. Vanderbilt they playing decent this year, and I want to see what Missouri going. I think one of us picked Missouri to win last week as well too. Um, and then I want to
That
see
would
if
also be me. That would also be
yeah,
me.
and then last but not least, I want to see if Michigan going to lose to Michigan State. That's it. I want to see if that's
Ooh. For me, big game this week. If you remember, the highest scoring game in college football history was LSU versus Texas A&M. 7 overtimes, if I'm not mistaken.
mm-hmm.
72-74 was that score. Those same two teams play in Death Valley this weekend in the dark. You know what happens when you go to LSU in the dark. Strange things happen with the number
And
three
they
team in the
gonna be
nation.
lit. They gonna be
Yeah,
lit.
that's a
So
that is one. It is a bucket list of college stadiums that I would love to go to, and I would love to be in Death Valley at night and to go see a LSU game. Um, I believe that this is a trap game of all trap games, and ladies and gentlemen, so does Las Vegas because it is -2.5 to Texas A&M. Must see TV this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. This would be a good one to pick.
foul.
That's
It's
all I
on
got.
you.
I don't have any must see college games to watch. I'm a tune into um majority, so I'm ready to pick them when y'all
All
go
right.
when y'all.
Before
I
we
think we're gonna
pick,
pick the three that Fox. You picked three. You had three, right, Fox?
Yeah, I had
You had three,
yep.
and I had one, and then I think to finalize it, I got a good one to finalize it. All right, go ahead. That'll be
okay.
fine. Go ahead, EP.
Just to do a recap. I got real Baltimore. I said that do as in Baltimore,
Wait. Hold on.
DEW.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Look at my
um,
man. Shades McGee right now is rocking off. All right. Going into this last week picks, I was 14-7. Fox was 8-13. Chris was 7-14, and Fell hadn't picked yet. After that week, I just put the score. Give me a second. I just wrote this stuff. Oh yeah. All right. Um, Previous week scores were Oh, records were Chris led. He was 9-1 with his picks. Fox and Fallon, second place, tied 6-4. And I thought I did worse than what I did, but I broke 500. I was 5-5. But total scores now, I'm still in the lead. I'm 19-12. Chris is 3 games behind with 16-15. He walked me down. Fox isn't too far behind. He's 14-17. And Fallon, she's 6-4 because she finished last week 6-4. So
We're gonna go by percentage with if Fallon gets close. We're gonna go by percentages to
okay.
keep her in since she started picking late. But
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take the time out to just thank, first I want to thank God for putting me in this position, because without him, none of this would be possible. It was some things said last week that I won't get into by a host that, some really, really hurtful things. And I just want to say that it's just so wonderful to be here. Down and one last week and just gonna take it and take the momentum and keep on rolling, baby. We bike. We bike. We bike.
We done? Are we done?
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
All right.
I'm done.
All right.
I'm done.
I appreciate you.
I'm done. 9-1 is crazy though. When I
I know.
realized that that's what happened, that even shocked me. That even
I
shocked
looked
me.
at
I
it
don't
because
think y'all
I
gonna
went
let me do that again.
I went
Y'all gonna let me do
8-2
that
before
again.
that, and I was like, oh, they ain't gonna ever crush this. You went 9-1 the next week. Yeah, I was about to kick you out the show after that, yo. This is all right, it's all right, it's all right. All right, who got the what's the first game we picking?
Go ahead, Foxy.
Ole Miss in Oklahoma.
Who's home?
This game is getting played in Oklahoma.
Okay.
Let me get
Boomer Sooner.
let me get 27-21. I'm going with Oklahoma.
Okay. I- This is a tough game. Ole Miss, man. I really want to see them make it. I just going into Norman, Oklahoma is a tough place to play. Tough place to play. Kind of like last week with Georgia. I do believe Ole Miss is a playoff team. I think they will make it. But Oklahoma, ah, because they just lost to Texas, and I don't believe that Texas is a better team than Ole Miss. I don't. I think Ole Miss is a better team. I'm gonna rock with Lane Kiffin this week, and I'm gonna say they get off the schneid. I'm gonna go hotty toddy this week. I'm gonna take Ole Miss, even though OU laying 5 in the hook this week. I'm gonna take Ole Miss.
I'm going Oklahoma.
And I went Oklahoma also. So
This
yeah.
don't feel bad. This don't feel like last week. This don't feel like last week. Not that one.
I'm
That one.
bruh. I'm telling you, I'm back with a vengeance this week. And I don't care if I tell your picks. I'm back with a vengeance this week.
Hey,
But that was the opposite. We picked different teams on this one. What's the next game? What's the
Yeah,
next game?
yeah.
the next one is Missouri versus Vanderbilt. And I'm going Vanderbilt. I think it's going to be close, but not that close. Let me get 35-24. 35-24. I'm going with Vanderbilt.
I'm gonna take the Tigers to upset Vanderbilt at home this week. I think, like I said, Missouri was 2 plays from being undefeated. They showed out at Auburn. They beat the other Alabama team last week. I think they keep rolling. I'm gonna take Missouri over Vandy as a shocking team in the SEC this year. Missouri.
I'm stuck, but I'm gonna go Vanderbilt. But I think Missouri can beat them or will beat them. But I'm gonna go against my gut again, like I did with the Bengals game. Didn't I say that?
Why you do
You
that?
did say
Yeah.
that. You did say that. You did say that.
Go with your
I'm gonna
gut.
take Vanderbilt.
You taking
I'm going
Vanderbilt?
Vanderbilt.
I already got mine written down. It's Vanderbilt. I'm picking them. I mean, even though I said I might have tailed his best, but we at odds now, bro. We at odds.
I'm either gonna be greater in the basement again next week. We'll see. We
All
will
right.
see.
Next one, Michigan and Michigan State. And I know this is going to make you mad, Brother Bruce, because you don't like Michigan, but I'm going
You
with
already
Michigan.
know what I'm picking.
I think Michigan is going to blow these boys out. I think it's probably not even going to be close. Let me get 34-10.
Yeah, I'm
Go
gonna have to
blue
take.
for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take Big Blue and Mr. Brightside for the dub in this one.
All right. Yeah. That's what's up. I'm willing to take an L on this one. You know what it is. I
Hey, for
mean,
real?
yes.
You gonna
I want.
take
I'm
Spotty?
just going to say it so it's official, so y'all don't say I swear. I'm picking Michigan State. That's what I'm picking. Michigan
You'd
State.
rather
I'll take.
roll with
Yo,
Spotty than to
y'all don't
pick the
understand. Just
Jaguars.
like if we ever pick basketball and the Lakers play that team up in I'm never picking that team, that green and white team. I'm never picking that team.
What?
It runs deep with me. So we good.
I'm about to put my Kyrie Celtics jersey on.
All right, what's the next game, man? What's the next?
All right. I got the next one. Next big game on the slate this week for college football. I just saw it. Wait a minute.
You said Texas
Wait a
A&M,
minute.
right?
What did I say?
Alabama.
Texas.
Oh. No, LSU, Texas A&M. LSU at home. Texas A&M a 2.5 point favorite, giving 2.5 to the reeling LSU Tigers at home in the dark in Death Valley. I'm gonna keep rolling with LSU. They're gonna have to figure this thing out. They're gonna have to. I think LSU is a wildly better team than what they've been playing. One of my favorite teams in college football. I love to watch LSU play. I'm gonna go with the Tigers at home with purple on, either the purple or the all white. But I'm gonna take the Tigers at home to beat upset undefeated A&M this week.
I'm gonna take Texas.
I'm definitely Texas A&M. I'm definitely taking definitely.
Ooh-wee.
27-17.
Mm,
This is
okay.
one of those ones where I told y'all I don't like Coach Kelly. I don't like him. And I'm always willing. Y'all see, I stick to the script every week. And what I say, I stick to it. But in this game, it's like every other game so far I've picked against Chris. This is the one where I don't feel as confident. I know the atmosphere of LSU. I know what he's talking about because I make sure I watch LSU night games, and it's a different place. I actually wrote down. Well, I put my check at Texas A&M, but I can't leave it there. So it's LSU. I'm picking LSU this week. I can't do it.
Death Valley in the dark, man.
Yeah,
That
I
is
can't.
I'm telling you, it is on the bucket list to go to Baton Rouge and watch a football game and at
They gonna
what is
be
it?
lit in
What's the
there,
name of
man.
that stadium? What's the name of that
It,
stadium?
it ain't
Tiger
called the
Stadium. That
Swamp.
Tiger
Oh, Tigers.
Stadium.
Oh, that's
No,
Tigers.
that's the
The
Gators. That's
Gators. The
Tiger
That's the
Gators.
Stadium
Gators.
Gators. Yeah.
Swamp.
Yeah.
in the dark, man. I mean, I've seen some wild stuff happen.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Daniels won the Heisman Trophy against Florida
Mm-hmm.
that night in the dark, and they
Went
were not
off.
playing
Went
good
off.
football
Yeah.
up until that game. So I'm going to take the atmosphere in that team. Just okay, EP. I ain't gonna argue with you on that one.
We
I ain't gonna
locked in
argue
on
with
that
you on
one.
that
We
one.
locked in.
No doubt, no doubt. Okay, this is a tough one, but and I don't think that this is as chalk as people give it credit. I think these are two really, really good coach football teams that are going to play this weekend. Iowa State, a favorite at home in Stores, Iowa. Okay, favorite at home against the number 11 BYU Cougars coming into town, undefeated. 5-0 Iowa State, the favorite at 3.5. Who you got, Foxy?
Mm.
It's a tough game right here.
Mm.
Tough game to pick. Tough game to pick.
That line, man. Whew.
This is yeah.
I even though these are my favorite type of games, unranked teams beating ranked teams, I'm going with number 11 BYU. I'm going with them. It's gonna be a close game. Uh, let me get 27-24. 27-24. I'm going number 11 BYU.
And Chris, let me pick this game before you, just so you don't see.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. We gonna pick the same team. I
All
don't think
right.
you.
Fal,
This ain't as
I'm
tough
gonna
as you
jump
think.
ahead of you to let you get your thoughts together because it looked like you really trying to figure this one out. You
Yeah,
got it?
this
Okay.
one.
I'm
Go
gonna let you
ahead,
go. I'm
go
gonna let
ahead.
you go.
Go. You
All right.
go.
This pick'em game, like you said, they giving Iowa State 2.5 points at home. Number
Mhm.
11 BYU. Ah,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
ooh, I'm just trying to think
Mm-hmm.
what I've seen this year. What I've seen this year. And
Mhm.
I'm trying to stay away from Chris's pick because he said he think we're gonna pick the same thing. So I'm trying to go the opposite. This is the one I want to go opposite. So we just gonna have to figure this one out. I'm gonna go with my gut and looking at this. I know what he gonna pick. So I'm gonna go. I'm picking. I almost parted my lips to say it, but then it reeled back in. Pause. So I'm gonna go with Brigham Young University. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Brigham Young.
Mm.
You ready, Miss Lady?
Uh,
Study long,
I'm
study wrong.
I'm gonna go with BYU.
All
I'm gonna
right,
go with
all
BYU.
right. Brigham
So
Young.
you're all on the Cougars, huh?
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
All on the Cougars. All on the Cougars. This game is actually a lot closer than what it is. BYU will be tested in the trenches. Iowa State loves to run the football, and they have a really, really accurate quarterback and back starting. He's got a few touchdowns. He's got a couple of receivers, um, a couple of running backs. Iowa State of late has put some players in the NFL. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, Brees Hall, and we all know about the Tyrese Halliburton deal and what he's doing up in with the Pacers. So speedy recovery for that gentleman. I think that I wanted to trap y'all in this one, but I do think that BYU is the better
Mm.
football team
Mm.
here, and they just beat Utah last week, which I think would be a tougher test. The weather, I think, may have some, depending on if it's raining in Iowa State, but I'm going to take BYU with the group, and we all fall together because I do think that BYU is a better football team than advertised. Even though they are undefeated and they are in the top 12, I think that they can go as far as they can go. I think they've been a really good football team for a few years now. So let's see how far. I'm gonna roll with the Cougars too.
Great
Shout
picks.
out to Ty
Great picks.
Detmer.
Um, that was our 5 collegiate games. Unless Fox, you ain't have another one, did you? That was it, right?
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
We about to move on to NFL. We are picking tonight's game? Is that the first one, or is that
Yeah, we
not
Yeah,
in
we'll
our
take
5?
tonight's
Okay,
game.
I need to write that down. All right, go
Who
ahead.
played tonight?
The
Chargers and
Vikings
Vikings and
at the
Chargers.
Chargers. Chargers are getting 3 points at home.
I'm
Well,
going.
you know how I feel about the Chargers. Go ahead, Chris.
We gonna let Fox pick this one last because he gonna give us something on this one.
No,
Uh, he gonna
yeah.
give us something on this one. Although I think the Vikings played, I think they're gonna have some issues protecting Carson Wentz. I think that the Chargers they need a win, and they got Joe Alt back on the offensive line. I think you see a heavy dose of Kimani Vidal tonight running all over them, and then the three amigos with Johnston, McConkey, and Keenan Allen. I'm gonna take the Superchargers today at home to win this one out.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Chargers too. I had not high hopes, but I thought the Vikings were better than the play on the field. They haven't been playing their very best. Like you said, the QB, what's his name? I can't think of his name. Chargers
Carson Wentz.
QB. Mm-mm.
Chargers
You
QB.
talking
Herbert.
about Herbert,
Justin
Justin
Herbert.
Herbert.
Yeah.
Herbert.
He got a couple of his people back, so I think they go pull it off tonight.
Uh, I think
You
this is.
want
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Fox? Yeah, let me go because this your squad. You gonna break down each position? Let me. I ain't gonna be too long. It's Chargers. I don't like Carson Wentz. I hate picking teams because of the players I dislike, but I don't feel as though where he at his stage in his career, he's not good enough to beat teams with the Vikings. Even though you got Justin Jefferson, Addison, I just don't have any faith in that guy. Like once he left Philly, I think his confidence was shot, and I don't believe he believes he can beat teams of this caliber. And the Chargers aren't a high tier caliber team, but it's a little bit of I ain't gonna say animosity. It's a little bit of turbulence with this team. Any good team better than the Jets in Cleveland, I don't think he got a chance again. So that's just me. I'm picking the Chargers.
For me, yeah, I'm definitely going with the Chargers. I think they need a blowout win. The Chargers, every time they won this year, has always been by the skin of their teeth. Every single win, they haven't blown anyone out yet. They haven't shown like, yo, we're the best team in the league or anything like that. They just have good play on both sides of the ball. And I think Khalil Mack just came back as well. So I'm going with Carson Wentz making a couple mistakes and LA getting the job done. I'm gonna go with like 27-10.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen. Next game up, not so tough, but a divisional matchup to say the least. I think a track game for one team. You got Tampa Bay going into the Superdome -4.5 against the Saints. Saints at home. Tampa Bay walking in as the favorite with some injuries. Mike Evans getting hurt last week, messing up a lot of parlays, including my own. Chris Godwin is still out, and Bucky Irving is out also. Emeka Ibuka should play, along with Rashad White and Cade Otton, who just seemed like he couldn't play catch a break last week. Spookier things have happened in the Saints Stadium. Rashid Shaheed, always good for a big play, and the smooth route running Chris Olave, and then the ageless Alvin Kamara. Who you got, Foxy?
Um, I think Baker Mayfield continue to be on his MVP candidacy. So I'm going to go with them getting the job done. I know they have the injuries, but they got that nice wide receiver down there. I don't believe in the quarterback play of the Saints just yet, and then their defense is horrible. I'm going to go. It's going to be a struggle win, but let me get 24 to 24-16. 24-16. I'm going with Tampa Bay.
I like the Bucks to come off the schneid this week. I'm gonna take Tampa Bay also.
I'm gonna take Tampa Bay too. They can't. They coming off a loss, though. They go try to. They need that redemption win, and I'm with Fox. I'm with Baker for MVP. So I think he will have a good game.
This game is a lot closer than it would have prepared. I think it's
Yes.
gonna be a shootout. This is a close game.
It's I'm not so quick to pick Tampa Bay because this is a divisional game. Like no matter what, these guys know each other. So I'm going to pick Tampa Bay. I wanted to pick New Orleans, but I have no faith in them. Like they have nobody on their team that I could just be like, other than my man Alvin Kamara. Is he hurt? Is he playing or is he
No,
out?
No,
he
he's
hurt.
been
No, he
playing. He's been
playing.
out in the halls. He's been playing.
I'm going with
He's been
Tampa Bay,
playing.
man. I can't
I
just
expect
give
that game to
him.
go chalk.
Yeah, I can't give Chris like an easy game to make up on me. I can't do that. So here we go. Let's move on.
Hey, this is a good one right here. Cowboys versus the Broncos, the number one offense versus the number one defense.
Not after last week, Denver. Good Lord, them
I
Giants should have won
know.
that game, boy. I'm glad we
Yeah.
ain't. Did we pick that one? We didn't pick that one. We wouldn't have thought to. Wouldn't have thought
No,
to.
we ain't picked up.
Dallas, as I've been telling y'all all year, is a fantasy carnival. And if you got players against them, let's talk about it. Run it down real quick. Dakota Prescott Sr., start. George Pickens, start. Javante Williams, start. Sedarian Lamb, start. Okay. Everybody on Dallas, Jake Ferguson, start. All the position players, start. Start Bo Nix, start Franklin from Oregon, Quack. Number 11, start J.K. Dobbins this week. Start Evan Ingram this week. Start
J.K.
Sutton
Dobbins,
this week.
the Ohio State. Since you're gonna call out an Oregon Duck, J.K. Dobbins.
I got no argument. I got no argument. I want no trouble. I want no problems. I want no problems. I want no problems. I think this is a fantastic game environment for those people who love to bet the overs. This might be the game for you to get at. yards and such. I think we're going to see some fireworks here. Because I don't think Broncos can completely shut down the Cowboys defense. I do believe the Cowboys are going to hide CD Lamb in the slot because if he out there with Sertan, it ain't going to be nothing going home. I think you see Sertan on Pickens all week, all game. I am going to take Dallas in this game. I'm going to take
You
the Cowboys.
you
I'm
know
going
the
to take
game
the
in Mile High,
Cowboys.
right?
Yo, don't try to talk him into.
I'm still gonna. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll with my pick, man. Although I think Baker Mayfield is the MVP, I do believe that Dakota Prescott is playing on an MVP level this year. In his last 5 games, with 2 or more touchdowns, 300 yards passing, no interceptions. I think that the Cowboys are rolling, and I think that they get off the schneid, and I think that they get their meaningful win in Mile High against a young Broncos team. How about them Cowboys? Let's do it.
Mm. How about them
All right.
Cowboys?
Oh,
It's crazy.
let me just hop in here real quick. I'm going to pick Denver, not just because Chris picked Dallas, but we already see a shaky Dallas team. Even though they high-powered offense, they still shaky. But then you take them to Mile High, where it's hard to breathe at. I'm just going to say I got Denver. That's all it is. Who next?
I'm gonna go with Dallas. Dallas. Give me Dallas.
Fox, what you got, man? What you got, Fox? I know you about to join in squad too.
I just know this: the Giants were supposed to win last week, and the Broncos is hella cocky. They was talking mad trash. The Dallas Cowboys get it back for us. I'm going with the Dallas winning 41-35. 41-35. I'm going with Dakota Prescott getting the job done. 41-35.
Listen, it's a little bit more, and I know I'm giving EP, but there's one thing: revenge game for Javonte Williams too, right? He's tore his ACL
Oh
up
yeah.
here at Mile High. They gave him another chance, and they never really gave him the shot to be the guy again. When I thought him coming out of North Carolina, he was probably one of the best running back prospects, and you actually see him thriving. Dallas is actually running the ball, and you saw Scatterboo and crew. They got a little busy last week, and I think that Dallas has an offensive balance right now where I think that they could be competitive in this game. And if at some point this thing has to work with Dak Prescott, I think, and I always thought that he was a good quarterback, but he's playing phenomenal this year. And if Baker Mayfield didn't exist, Dak Prescott would be the leader for the MVP. So I'm putting it all on DP4 this week. So let's go.
2
All right,
games left.
next game. 2 games left. Okay. Trap game for the Green Bay Packers going into the Steel City to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Green Bay laying 2 and a hook favorite, 45.5 point total. Steelers at home. I am going to take I'm gonna roll with the Steelers to take this game this week. I don't know how confident I am, but I do not think that the Packers are playing great football. Um, but I think that their defense is playing good. But what I saw last week against the Cardinals with a backup quarterback, I do think that the Steelers have woke up on offense. I think their defense needs to wake up, but the Packers playing really slow. I'm a roll with the Steelers on Sunday night at home to take this one with the terrible towels.
I'm never rooting for the Steelers. Give me Green Bay.
Well, you picked them last week, Fallon. You picked them last week. Everybody took the Steelers last week. Shout out to Joe
No.
Flacco and the Bengals, baby. Shout out to Joe Flacco and the
Yeah.
Bengals, baby.
He ain't gonna do that shit again.
He was mad about that shit.
Yeah.
I was like,
And this is exactly why I'm not going with the Steelers this week. Last week you blew it for me. I mean, they literally lost the game because of Aaron Rodgers' 2 interceptions. Other than that, man, he was playing on the money, 4 touchdowns. If he don't do them 2 picks, they easily beat Joe Flacco. I can't believe we Joe fucking Flacco. But anyway, I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. I think they're going to tear Aaron Rodgers' ass up. Michael Parsons, I think he's going to wake up. I think that defense is going to wake up. And I think Jordan Love is going to get that revenge. Like, hey, you really wasn't trying to help me when it was my turn to be your backup and all that, because you already know how it is when somebody about to take your spot. So I think Jordan Love is going to have a good game. Let me get the Green Bay Packers winning 31-24. 31-24.
I got Green Bay. That's all it is. I had my pick before Chris finished answering. So I was like, yeah, Green Bay.
So y'all on Green Bay, huh? So
Yeah, we know how this goes. We know how this goes.
The basement after this week. That's
We
like the
know how
third
this-
game y'all done picked outside of it. That's fine. That makes it fun. I'll take that. I ain't
Yo, you went 9-1.
Okay.
You went 9-1. Your
I
confidence
know
is up.
it's hard to
Joe.
replicate that every week. It's hard to
Yeah.
replicate that every week. It is. I surprise myself with picking a game. Okay. Usually I want to stay away from the homers, but this is an intriguing game to say the least. We got the Baltimore Ravens at home, 6.5-point favorite. The return of Lamar Jackson, amongst other notable Ravens players, at home after a bye, with a hot 4-in-a-row Chicago Bears team coming to town. All right, I'm gonna go with Miss Lady to pick this one first.
So I'm never going against my home team, but they do have me nervous. I will admit, like I said, Chicago coming in hot. And this is also the first time Lamar has ever played them. I feel like them saying he's limited is trying to throw them off a little bit off their scheme and game planning. But I'm gonna go against myself because their defense just still don't give me good vibes. It don't give me good vibes. Hopefully they come up with something different and they show us something different. Hopefully we can try to turn this thing around, but I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I'm gonna pick the Ravens. We at home.
Foxy.
I got 2 takes on this. One, I'm picking the Bears to win. That's number one. I'm picking the Bears to win. Let me get 27-17. But I believe that this will be one of those games where the Bears been playing hot this season. Caleb Williams been playing good this season. And this will be the game that Lamar Jackson then probably blow out the Bears. It'd probably be some stupid shit like that, where you think Caleb Williams is going to come in here and handle his business as he should, with the way the defense is starting to play a little bit and with how he has advanced himself on the offensive side of the ball. But it wouldn't shock me that the Ravens get the blowout that they've been waiting for the whole entire season.
I'll go.
I'll
go
pick
just
last,
so.
EP. Go ahead,
Yeah.
EP. Go ahead, EP.
I'll
Go
let
ahead,
you.
go ahead.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. Because I got the pick. I already know who I'm picking. I'm just going to give a quick monologue. I feel as though this game is the ultimate test of what Zach Orr has left, because Ben Johnson is going to show him things that I think him in his house playing Madden he hasn't even seen yet. So I think that's the training that Zachary Orr has had. I mean, when it comes to becoming a defensive coordinator. I want to, just like Fallon said earlier, she feels one way, but picked another way. I'm picking Baltimore to win this game. And I'm making this statement live on air, and you can record it. If they don't win this game, I won't pick them again. I mean, if we have a pick, if they are still in our picks, you can just lock me in for whatever verse, whoever they versus. You feel me? Because the season is over. It's over at that point. 1-6, there is no recovery from that. They won't be mathematically eliminated, but it's over. The AFC is too jam-packed, and it's a lot of mediocre football. I mean, that's going on that might make you think that the Ravens have a chance, but let's just stick with the AFC North. Pittsburgh is going to do enough, I think, to win the 9 or 10 games that it takes to win the AFC North. The Bengals and Joe Flacco I think Joe Flacco is going to bend but won't break until Joey Burrow gets back, and they'll be surviving. The Ravens, the defense ain't getting better. They're going to lose this game and start trading away pieces. That's what my heart says, but I'm picking Baltimore this week. There you go.
All right, so I actually did a little homework on the Bears at work today. Looked at the all 22, and they have been shown to be fraudulent on the defensive end. They have very good efficiency, their numbers wise, but they've done a lot with the turnovers that they have been given. But they have not been that great on the defensive end. Their secondary is very good, but I think that they've been fortunate to have the turnover ratio that they've had, and they've been hiding by that, playing some less than stellar teams. Um, I usually never pick against the Ravens, but this time I'm going to take analytics into it and say that the last time Lamar Jackson played the Chicago Bears, he got hurt and we was out for the rest of the season, and we ended up losing that game. I think this is revenge season for the season. I think that everything that the team has gone through up until this point comes to a head. And I think that 8 starts the train for us to get back to prominence with a huge game in the passing game this week. And we dog walk the Bears right on out of Baltimore. Go Ravens, baby. Go Ravens. And that'll do it.
We got one more small thing to do. You have to give him some names that he got to say. We can't
All
let
right,
that
fine.
like. Hold on.
All right,
Hold
fine.
on. Before you do that, I want to take a 2-second pause so we can clear it so I can clip this up the right way when it happens. 1, 2. Here we go. This is the segment of the show that we call Phonics with Fox. Take it away, Chris.
So, Foxy, requiring minds have a picture of a player in the NFL. And again, Fox, before I just want to preface this, sir, before I end up in the trash rant that you do so eloquently, that I'm on your side here and I want to see you do great. And I'm not rooting on your downfall. But we had an easier one. They took that away. So I'm going to just leave you with this one. And I'm hoping for the best. Are you ready, Foxy?
Give it to me. Pause.
All right. All right. Who is this individual here?
Oh man, hold up. I know his name. Hold up. He was the dude. He was stepping on people's heads when he was in the line.
Yep.
What is his name, Fox?
Hold on.
What is his name?
Hold on. I know his name, right? But I can't. Hold on. Wait. Somebody say his first name. I guarantee you I can say the whole thing.
We
Right.
If we say the
Fox,
first
no,
name,
you can't do it, Fox.
All right,
all right,
hold
I'm gonna do. I'll rhyme his last
Don't
name.
give him
I'll
nothing.
rhyme his
No,
name.
don't give him nothing. Don't give him
All right,
nothing.
don't give me
You gotta
that.
do
Hold on. Oh, I got it. Andama Kinsu.
Yeah, Fox. Yeah, Fox.
Yo, you killed that.
Fox.
You
Yeah,
killed
Fox.
that.
Yeah, Fox. Yeah, Fox.
Clap it up for the Fox,
Yeah,
man.
shorty. That's what I'm talking about, shorty. Yeah,
That was,
Fox.
I ain't gonna lie. I was
Playing
digging
with
deep.
my
I was
man
good.
like that, yo. Playing with
A
my
hell
man
of a
like that.
way to end a great pod, man. Once again, it's us, the group, the crew here with y'all every Thursday at 6:30 around the room, starting from Fallon, Chris to Fox. Where can they find you, or whatever you want to say? You don't even have to do that.
Always a pleasure on Thursdays, guys, to talk football. Well, not football. To talk sports. Great learning. Some stuff I don't know. Like Art always say, Chris, you are the sports Bible. You be digging deep. So some stuff I don't know, but I learn. I appreciate you, Fox. You keep me laughing. EP, the engine behind it all. I appreciate y'all for inviting me on the show, and I really enjoy it.
Pleasure to have you, Miss Lady. Pleasure to have you. Uh, Find me at Just Stacks, JUSS_Stacks on Instagram and JUST_Stacks on Twitter if you decide that you want to come through and whatever. But you'll see the clips on my page. Always a great show to be around these great individuals every Thursday. And we will miss you 2 weeks, but we will be bike when we get bike.
Hey man, I love what we got going right here, man. The family, man, we doing what we do right, man. The Level Up family, we doing what we do. I love everything that's going on here. Love that we got a female added to the show, showing off knowledge. I definitely love that. You feel me? Of course, Big Bruce doing what big brothers do, man. The what do you call himself? The visionary behind the scenes,
Visionary,
getting everything
visionary, the
done.
architect, the architect.
Yeah. Hey, Chris. They said you the Bible. I call you Encyclopedia of Sports. There you go, right there. It's as simple as that. And I try to do my best, Stephen A. Fox, Mad Dog, as I possibly can. And if you're looking for me, you can always find me here every Thursday, 6:30 up on Level Up Sports. We won't be late. We will always be on time. And if not on here, you can find me on Instagram. I am _the Pharaoh. And that's about it. Next time we gonna be on.
Once again, appreciate everybody. The YouTube video of this will be up tomorrow at 8 a.m. We might move towards going live on Twitch and videos the next day on YouTube. I don't know yet. I gotta sort some things out. But anyway, appreciate everybody. See you in 2 weeks. We out.
Bye.